All right, so who doesn't love the wheel strategy? One of the best and easiest, most conservative options trading strategies to follow. And one of the number one questions I get about it is, what stocks am I trading? Like, what stocks do I wheel with? So that's kind of what this video is going to be about. We're going to do a reveal. I'm just going to show, I think, 11 or 12 stocks that I'm currently wheeling right now inside the Robinhood portfolio. I'll explain why I use Robinhood for it. I'm not going to give a huge detailed deep dive into the wheel strategy. I've made videos about it. I even have a 1-hour course inside YouTube right here that I'll link all over the place that you can get into. If you're still kind of learning it, this might be one you want to come back to after you check out those other videos. But if you know what you're doing with the wheel, you know how to sell covered calls, you know how to sell cash secure puts, and you're just here to see exactly what I'm doing right now in this time frame, you're ready to rock. So here, guys, is the Robinhood portfolio. And frankly, guys, I use different platforms for different things, okay? I happen to trade options here on Robinhood. There's no fees for it. It's very easy. The user face is incredible. Like I said, I don't use it for everything. I have my dividend portfolio with M1, and I do all my swing trading and things like that inside Webull, which, if you're watching this before the end of the year, Webull's giving away stocks again. They're crazy people. I'll leave that link down in the description. That's how you get your free stocks. I have to say, because you got to know about it. But Robinhood is just what I use. It's really, really easy to trade options, whether it's rolling, whether it's just their options chain. I really like everything about it. So that's why I use Robinhood. Okay, I don't think they're the best app in the world, but they are very, very good for trading options. The portfolio currently valued at $42,930. Right now, buying power about $8,000 of that is buying power. So we can kind of get an idea of how this is distributed. Right now, the market has been kind of pulling back. And I did a video about 3 weeks ago or so on how I love doing cash secure puts now. I used to start with the call. I didn't really like puts, but you can watch that video. I will link it up in the cards if you want to go check out after this one, like why I particularly love cash secure puts right now. But I do have my fair shake of cash secure puts, covered calls, and there's even some poor man covered calls and leaps options in here that I'll let you know what's going on with those as well. First, let's take a look at the stocks that I own 100 shares in, and one that I own 1 share because I got a referral link the other day for Robinhood. I didn't know there was anybody left that didn't have Robinhood, and I got to wait 3 days to sell this. So that one's going to be in there as well. But we have Cisco, VTI, Intel, Foot Locker, Walgreens, and Camping World, okay? Those are the stocks that I own 100 shares in, so those are the ones that I'm trying to sell calls on right now. So let's see how many of these actually pair up with some of the calls that I have right now. First things first, we have to look at the basis of the stock. I don't fear assignment, but I definitely fear writing below my basis. So for Cisco, I know that right now my average cost is $56.77. So if you see a call from me, it's going to be above that. And if I know me, it's probably right at $57 because that's where the highest premium is going to be. And I don't fear assignment. So here is that call right here. That's that Cisco call. And that's going to match up perfectly with this Cisco. VTI, I have a VTI. VTI is a little bit further out. VTI is a monthly, and I also had to roll this at 235. It's doing pretty well for me, but I have about another month before I have to worry about that one. Intel, I do not think I have an Intel right now because what happened with Intel, and this is why sometimes you gotta be patient, guys, and bag hold. Right now, my basis on them is $52.95. So if I wanted to write a call against that, I'm probably not going to get that much premium. Sell a call. If I come down here, it has to be above 52. So $53, I'm getting $4. So it's really not that worth it to me right now to even risk it or get greedy. So right now I'm just going to hold that. It's a nice dividend stock. I love doing the wheel with slow moving dividend stocks. It really, if you're like looking for a screener, look for blue chip value, like stocks that aren't going to moon. They're not going to do anything crazy. They're just going to putter along. And like I said, that's kind of one of the things with Intel. Foot Locker, I own 100 shares of them. I do not have a call open on them. That probably means, once again, the same thing. I can't get above my strike. And if we look at Foot Locker, over the last week, they're down 4. So they're not really having a great month. So it's been very, very hard. And at $44 and a base of 48, Once again, my premium's not going to be that good on these particular shares, but that's okay. They have a dividend as well. And that's one of the beautiful things about starting the wheel off with the call first, is that if you have to bag hold a little bit and you have a valuable company or a company at a good value, you're good to go. Like, I'll just hold on to them and I'll collect the dividend for now. Not the end of the world. Walgreens right now, I have a basis of $46.98. So right now that's pretty good. This probably, if I have it open and I see the price is $49, I have a feeling I am going to be in the money on that. Let's see if I have a Walgreens open. Yep, I do, 47. So like I said, that's going to be in the money and I'll get assigned on it. No big deal. I'll turn around and I'll write a put. That's what the wheel is all about. Camping World, I did not do anything with this week. They had an ex-dividend date today. So my basis right now on Camping World, $43. This one a little bit lower as well. So I might have to hold on to that one for a week. We'll see what happens. But those are the ones right now that I have 100 shares of that I have matched up with my calls. While we're here talking about calls real quick, guys, I will talk about my poor man's covered calls real quick. I have 2 VUSI buys, so that means I'm going to have 2 call contracts up here. Here they are right there. And we'll see, this is coming to expiration in a whole nother year. So $5 still doing really, really well on VUSI. It's one of the few stocks that I've collected enough dividends where I do not have to, like, I have a negative basis on them, which is really, really awesome. Another one I have, Tattoo Chef. I do not know if I have a Tattoo Chef call open. I do. Tattoo Chef call is going to be open as well. So that's going to match that poor man's covered call. And Starbucks as well. Let's see if I have a Starbucks call. I do. So all 3 of my Leaps options also have calls associated with them. And that's what people are saying when they say the poor man's covered call. Next is the put side. When will I write puts? I'm going to write puts when the strike price is currently just above what I think is fair value. Right. One of the beautiful things about writing puts is we get to pick the price at which we want to buy. Now, it could keep going up and you never get there. That's one thing. But said with these pullbacks right now and a little bit of red, a little bit of blood in the water, this has been an amazing time to sell cash secure puts if you have the collateral. We know that, you know, one of the downsides of the wheel strategy is you do need the money to put up as collateral, because I'm not a huge fan of writing naked puts. And also you need enough money to have 100 shares. So I understand it's one of the cons, but I started with 1 and now I'm up to a bunch. We can count them at the end. It just takes time. I've been doing this for a couple years now. Like, don't compare my 3rd year to your 1st week. Like, don't do that, right? Say that so many times in my Discord, people get in like, oh, you have so many stocks. Like, which one do I choose? Just choose the first one and then build and build and build. And that's all. My puts right now are Aflac. Okay, so I have an Aflac at a $56 strike. So that's going to be $5,600 of collateral. If we work our way down, we get into SWBI. One of, right now, in my opinion, the most like perfectly valued value stock in all of the stock market. So I love them at $17.50. And I said, if they keep having a red week, let's see what they're, because they took a dump and I loved it. I really did. And it's been so amazing for me to see. So in the last month, look at this one. So they went from the mid 20s, they went down into the 17s, into the teens. They do pay a little bit of a dividend, 1.4%. So I said to myself, if they stay red, if they keep going red and red and red, and they're starting to stay pretty flat right now, which is another good quality I like, down a little bit today. I said, like in the Average Money podcast with JJ Buckner, I said, I'm going to get an SWBI put for every month. They're a monthly as well. So I have a put for them for January. Then I have a put for them for March. And then I also have a put for them for June. And the June's the only one's 15. This March one is 17.50 as well. So like I said, and that's a lot of shares, right? That's like 100, 200, 300, like 300 shares of this that I might have to get by then. But that's okay, because like I said, if you're doing this with value stocks, you don't fear assignment because you're getting them at such an awesome price. CCL is another put. I think this one is currently also in the money. Yep, they're trading for $18.31 right now, so that's in the money for me. What I get for this one? I got $119 for that particular put. And when I'm writing puts, I'm looking at expiration dates, but I'm mostly looking at return on investment, right? Like, if the value is a little bit too high for me, I can write the put and still get a return on investment by collecting premium and then dividing that by how much collateral I have to put up. You could find your ROI pretty well there. Here's the Peloton debacle. If you guys just saw it, I think that video has like 10,000 views from last week. I'll link that one as well if you need to go see the drama that is this Peloton. And yep, the price is still going down, but it actually had a nice little pop today, I think. Yeah, it was up 5% today. So with that little bit of a pop, we see what happens. The value of the option dropped from 1,000 all the way down to 870. So a couple more pops and I might get myself out of this one and not be too screwed, which would be dope. So let's see how many stocks we're actually wheeling here. We got 1, 2, so poor man's covered call, 3, 4, 5, poor man's covered call, 6, and then down here, 7, 8, 9, 10. So right at 10. Which is awesome. And I had to throw VTI in there for all the haters that are like, I thought you were a boring old indexing funder. Now you're YOLOing trading options. Like when you trade options with index fund ETFs, their minds just explode and they can't keep up. But this is pretty much it. I'm not really looking to add anything more right now. I got about $8,000 in buying power, which is probably going to be a put. This is something I would like to see. I got assigned on this at $32 and then this popped right up. So right after I got assigned, it popped. So I'm going to hope that this comes back down into that $32 range. So whenever I get assigned on something, I like to write the put if I can, right at around that same $32 mark. So that's kind of why I'm waiting on this. And that's a question I also get is, when do I end a wheel stock? And the times that I'll end a wheel stock are times like this, where I get assigned and the stock price shoots up. And now it's not at a value that I want. And it continues to go and becomes overvalued in my opinion. I will find other stocks. There's plenty of amazing stocks to trade the wheel in. That's what we're talking about inside my Discord. There's people trading, crazy things like Tesla calls and puts, and then just little old me with $40 to $50 stocks. And I like to diversify it. Probably could do it with some more expensive, bigger stocks and get some premiums, but I love the action. With 10 stocks, I'm pretty busy. Post everything inside the Discord so everybody can see. And it's usually 1 to 2 things every single day, whether I'm closing, rolling, getting expired, picking up new stuff, now swing trading through Weibo. It's crazy. I'm busy. I thought this was supposed to be easy, but man, I'm busy. Get down in the description. Tell me what your favorite wheel stock is. I would love to know so I can add it to my watch list and maybe it will get into the portfolio. I'll try and update this once a month. I'll definitely update it if we can get it up to $50,000, which is the goal for me. Probably not by the end of the year now. There's only 2 weeks left, but maybe by the end of Q1, I hope to get this up to $50,000. So tell me what your favorites are because I look to be adding them every single day. But also too, give me some hate. Which one of these dividend stocks do you hate the most? I would like to know your feedback on that as well because maybe there's something that I'm missing. Until I see you guys on the next one, stay positive, work really, really hard. Always please be kind to other people. Hope you have yourself an amazing day and even better tomorrow.